Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I thought we would assemble some IKEA furniture. I'm just kidding, we are not doing that in this video. I just wanted to make a quick little video to show you how to refill an alcohol marker. And this is just going to be used as scrap paper. So as far as how to refill a marker, I'm going to use the Copic because that's what I have on hand. I'm pretty sure they all kind of refill about the same way because there's only so many ways you can refill a marker. But I thought I would just show you real quick how to do that and then share with you some tips so that you don't end up with ink disasters like I have experienced already once. And I don't want y'all to have these same problems in your beautiful homes. So this is just a regular Copic Chow. It's a blender, and then I have my blender ink. This is what the refills look like, and I will say this refills the Chow again and again and again. I've actually got a few of these refills and I've refilled my markers multiple times and I still have ink in here to go in here. So you definitely get good value for your dollar with the refills because it just continuously refills these. And if you've seen my YouTube channel and my Instagram, you'll see I do a lot of coloring. So I do go through a lot of ink, but these just continue to perform very well and they don't seem to use a lot of ink when I'm coloring. So highly recommended. So what we want to do first is set up our little area for doing a refill. So I'm just going to move this aside. Whatever you do, do not do this over your sink. That was my first thought, my first fail, is trying to do this over the sink because I figured, well, if it spills, I'll just wash it. But I didn't remember what I was actually working with. This is alcohol marker ink. Alcohol marker ink stains, even in a stainless steel sink. I had to scrub and scrub and scrub and scrub to try and get those spots out. And I got 99% of them out, but there were like maybe 1 or 2 little ones that just refused to get out of the sink, no matter how hard I scrubbed with those scrubbies. So I just don't want y'all to get stuck with that and be upset, especially if you have like a porcelain sink or really anything. You just don't want ink where you don't want ink. So I wanted to make sure that I shared with y'all how to fill this without having the same problem that I ran into. What I like to do is set up some kind of barrier for the ink. I'm just gonna assume in my world that I will spill this at some point because it's a little bit of a tricky process when you're dealing with ink. It's really easy to just get it everywhere. So if you have something like maybe a paper plate, but a good one, like this is what, Dixie Ultra, and like stuff isn't gonna get through here. It's supposed to be able to hold spaghetti. So I feel like the ink's gonna be okay. Stick that on top. Whatever makes you feel like you're gonna be safer when you go to do this. And then I prefer to use the brush tip more than the chisel tip. So when it comes to doing the refill, I refill on the end of the marker that I use least. I'm not really sure if, doing it that way really preserves your brush tip anymore, but I just feel like if I'm going to use tweezers and yank out any kind of nib on a marker, I really want it to be not the one that I use all the time in case any damage happens to it. So what I'm going to do is take the official tweezers. These actually come from Copic, and they are made to pull out marker nibs. It's got some little teeth on there. It's actually kind of a cute little tweezer. And then I'm going to open up the chisel side because I don't use that side as much. And then you just take your tweezers and grip it. You can see I'm gripping it this way. So I don't really want to grip it this way because I don't want to put pressure that would damage the nib. So I'm going to put it in the fattest part of the nib and then start twisting. And then it comes right out. So I'm just going to set that down there. And now you can see what it looks like inside. So then I'm going to unscrew this, set this down, and then you just turn it upside down. Probably should have set the camera up just a little bit differently. So I'm going to risk this and hopefully it doesn't spill all over my desk. So there's actual lines on the tube itself that let you know how much ink you're putting in there. And I would say if I'm going to refill a Copic Chow that's completely empty, I probably wouldn't go past like maybe this line because it just can't hold all of this ink. And the worst thing you can do is overfill it. You can underfill it and that's great. But if you overfill it, you're gonna be in trouble. And I'll explain why in a minute. So I'm just gently squeezing the tube and putting the ink in there. And then very carefully take that out, put the cap back on the refill, set that aside, and then using the tweezers, I'm going to just push the nib back in. They're usually not that tight. That one was fighting me a little bit, but this really got dry, so that's on me. And then you just put the cap on, and then I like to kind of just do this a little bit because this little guy, he got really dried out. I used it all the way down to the very last drop. And I know you can store these horizontally to keep them lasting longer. I will say with Copic Chow, I store all of mine this way, so I'm not sure if anyone wants to hate me in the comments because I do that, but I will say that all my markers seem to work just fine. I store them this way because they fit inside of a nice little storage container that I have, and I've never had an issue. Even when I've dried out a Copic completely, it's just higher quality materials. So once I put ink in there, both ends just replenish themselves. The nibs are just fine. I have not had a problem. I'm sure someone out there has, and they can probably tell me about it in the comments, but in my world, I have not had that problem. Of course, if you can store them horizontally, then obviously you can see both ends of the marker will continuously have ink because it has access to the ink, but I very rarely use chisel, so I just store mine this way. So I'm just gonna set that down and move this over here. So that's really it. This has been refilled. Now, if I was going to have a marker snafu where, you know, the ink, maybe it bubbled and got all over the place, then this is what the plate is for. Thankfully, we didn't have that problem, but what you don't wanna do is be halfway through this in your hand, this open, you got tweezers in your hand and you have ink in places you don't want it, it's leaking now, and you don't have everything set up to handle that. So on the side here, it was just out of shot of the camera, I also have extra paper towels, and then I also have paper. So this is a pretty thick instruction book. So I could set something on this and it's unlikely that it would just leak right through onto my desk. It would give me some time, and it's a nice way to just recycle paper. So I hope this little video helped. Maybe you've never refilled a marker before. Now you know some best tips and practices. Definitely don't do it in your kitchen sink. Don't do it in any sink that you would be concerned if you had ink stain it, because it will stain. This is alcohol ink. It also can stain your fingers, so be careful. If you have maybe the tendency to spill things, then I would probably put gloves on when you go to do this, because the last thing you want is to have a whole bunch of ink stains all over your hands. So I hope this video helped you. If you like my videos, be sure to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.